He's just the ancient of days in my eyes. And now, if we bring it back to how I would brand him, as I said, he's ancient of days. So I'm just gonna give you a little cheat sheet here. How I would brand him then is how I would brand him now. He has this effervescence and sense of timelessness about him, and with the attributes of being integrous and righteous, you're you're not gonna see him do an advert and believe he's lying to you. At least I wouldn't. I feel like if he puts his stamp of approval on something, we're gonna believe it. And so that's why the kind of brands I pigeonholed him with are the likes of Panasonic or a Samsung when it comes to their aircon, because it's stuff like technology that really needs a stamp of approval. Like, hey, this works, you know? So that would be great. Even just lending his voice to his adverts, just legendary, you know? And even with aircon, and I've also put some internet providers, they are things that are akin to the ephemeral or the ethereal or the effervescent as well. They're not seen. You can't see the internet. You can't see the aircon, but you can feel it. And so that's the kind of presence that he has as well when he represents the whole God the Father. You can't see it, but it's there and it's felt. Um, Apart from that, I believe he's very eloquent, and that is something I would actually like to develop further for myself. And I also feel like it's just the sense of regality to him. I can just see him sitting down, writing his letters with an excellent Mont Blanc luxury pen. That is the pinnacle of, what a chief deserves. So that's another way I would brand him. Let me know if you have any other ideas on how you would brand someone like him, or if you're in the camp of someone who doesn't actually know how to position yourself. Check the links down below. I do offer one-on-one coaching. And so, as I said, present day, nothing changes. He still remains the same. He's timeless. And so, what I would brand him with back then is what I would brand him with right now. And I think that's really powerful, because a brand is all about your reputation and what you're known for. And if you're constantly changing, people will feel like, do you even, like, is there anything working up there? Like, do you even know yourself? And there's not anything wrong with rebranding and changing, but that trust that comes from knowing yourself from the minute you launch yourself out into the public sphere and staying true to that image, that creates legacy. uh Michael Jackson would also be another good example, not in the whole father essence. He was definitely on the other spectrum in the fact that he had this Forever Young brand. But again, Forever Young is the foreverness of it that makes a true powerful brand last. Coca Cola stands for joy, and it has stood for joy and happiness and good times for centuries. If they all of a sudden decided that they wanted to stand for being the rebel, a lot of people would be confused. They'd just be like, wait, what? The messaging is completely changing. And that would probably affect sales. So being able to stay true to your word ensures that you have credibility in the eyes of the public, and that makes you a powerful brand. If we